Hello again, dear.
Hello, Lily. I think we should travel together.
That'd be lovely, dearie.
Alright. Now, Lily.
Hello again, dear.
Yes, hello. I have some questions to ask you.
Such a curious little munchkin, aren't you? What do you want to know?
Tell me about yourself.
Someone wants to hear Grandma's stories. What would you like to hear, Pumpkin?
Where did you come from?
I grew up in Vault 17. I never even saw the sun until I was 75 years old. That was when super mutants raided the vault and carried a lot of us off. Yes, Leo, I'm getting to that part. They made me one of them, and they put me to work in an army that was going to conquer California.
You were a soldier.
A spy. Sometimes an assassin. I killed a lot of folks for the Master. Yes, Leo, you helped too.
Who was the Master?
Oh, he was a nasty man, dearie. You don't want to know about him. He was the one who made that super mutant army I told you about.
Right. I'd like to know something else about you.
Oh, someone wants to hear Grandma's stories. What would you like to hear, Pumpkin?
Who is Leo?
Leo is a very bad man, Pumpkin. Yes, you are, Leo. Don't try to deny it. He tells me to do things. Terrible things. And sometimes the medicine isn't enough to keep him quiet.
So he's just a voice you hear in your head.
You shouldn't say things like that where Leo can hear you, dearie. He doesn't like it.
Alright, I'd like to know something else about you.
Oh, someone wants to hear Grandma's stories. What would you like to hear, Pumpkin?
God help me. Where'd you get that sword?
This old thing? Oh, I scavenged it off a wreck in Klamath. Leo showed me how to make it all ready for chopping. Didn't you, Leo?
Alright, never mind. I had some other questions.
What do you need, sugar?
Goodbye.
Talk to you soon, dear.
I'll take that, thank you very much.
That's close enough. What do you want with the Great Khans?
What are you doing up here?
Awaiting a delivery, but it's a no-show. I'm guessing that the death claws in the quarry have something to do with that.
What kind of delivery are you expecting?
Supplies to make chems. The NCR's the best source since they're hard to come by anywhere else. We don't really use the chems ourselves, just sell them to anybody with the caps. If it ends up hurting the NCR in the process, that's a bonus.
Huh. Seems like an odd place to pick up a delivery.
The Khans and the NCR don't get along. They prefer to shoot us on sight, even if we're not looking for a fight.
Alright, I'll help you with your problem.
Is that right? What?
Oh, excuse me.
What's your angle?
A favor for a favor?
Alright, fair enough. You help us out, and I'll owe you one. I was expecting a shipment of chemicals. It's usually in a suitcase dropped off in one of the big machines up here. Because of the death clause, I have to assume the suitcase is still in Sloan. Snoop around the place and get it for me.
Alright, are these chemicals dangerous?
I wouldn't eat or drink them, but no. They won't explode if you drop them or anything.
Anything else I should know?
Don't kill anybody if you don't have to. I'm a scout and I like to keep a low profile.
Alright, got it. Let's talk about something else.
Like what?
Like me getting out of here.
Don't leave a trail.
Yes, ma'am.
You need something?
I fixed Snuffle's leg.
I'd noticed Snuffles limping, but I didn't realize the problem was that serious. Thanks. That beast helps keep spirits up around here.
Alright. And I killed the Deathclaw mother and the Deathclaw alpha male.
Coming from anyone else, I'd say they were drunk or crazy. But that look in your eyes, I believe you. I can pay you, but it ain't much for what you pulled off. I'll get on the ham radio first thing and tell people all about you, though.
Alright.
Hey there. What's new?
About that Deathclaw omelet recipe.
Yeah?
I've got a Deathclaw egg for you.
I can't believe you actually got one. Give me a bit to get the recipe set up, then talk to me again.
Alright.
This is incredibly good. Here's your omelet, and the recipe if you ever want to make your own. It takes a bit of skill to get it tasting right.
Alright, thank you.
All right, then.
Suitcase, suitcase, suitcase. Suitcase, suitcase. Oh. There's no chemicals here.
You need something?
Yeah, I'm looking for a suitcase filled with chemical supplies for a friend. You know anything?
Ah, yes. I think I know which friend you mean. Even if there weren't Deathclaws in the quarry, there'd still be no delivery. The supplier, a guy in Prim named Tyrone, is a cheating son of a bitch who won't deliver even though he's already been paid in advance.
So, how do you know, Hal? How do you know Melissa?
She's my daughter. Takes a little too much after her mother, rest her soul. But she's happy with the Great Khans, and that's enough for me.
You don't care they're helping the Great Khans?
I'm just a middleman. The Great Khans are a hard group, and some of them are no good. But they're not all the same. I believe in the NCR, but that doesn't make it right for them to roll over anyone who doesn't want any part of them.
Alright, has this Tyrone gentleman cheated you before?
He's always been shady, but this is the first time he's outright screwed me.
Alright, I'll go pay a visit to Tyrone.
Good luck.
Yep.
Hey, what can Tyrone do for you?
Hey there, Tyrone. A friend Sloan told me to come to you about some chemical supplies.
You trying to get me busted? Keep your damn voice down. Lieutenant Hayes already has his eye on me. Look, I already told Chomps the NCR is getting suspicious of all these misplaced supplies. Bigger risk means bigger cost. 300 caps bigger.
You know, I can just say the word and someone else will start making deliveries to Nevada, not you.
I've reconsidered my position, and I think it would be in my best interest if I were to sacrifice my profit on this particular deal.
Alright, that's excellent.
What do you want now?
I got the chems for you.
You actually came through for us. I didn't expect that. Anyway, the Great Khans pay their debts and don't forget their friends. If you ever come out to Red Rock Canyon, I'll put in a good word for you.
Alright, see ya.
Don't leave a trail.
Yep.
Nice work dealing with Caesar. That'll make holding the Mojave a lot easier.
Captain Gills of Bear Springs needs reinforcements. Can you spare any?
After what you did getting my misfits whipped into shape, yeah, I could spare a couple boys for Bitter Springs. I'll issue the dispatch orders.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah? What is it?
Captain Gills said to talk to you about medical aid for the camp.
Hey, if you can help, I'll take whatever I can get. Doctor's bags would be a huge help, but what I really need are medical texts. I'm not trained to deal with major psychological trauma, and we've got a lot of kids in this camp.
Okay. I think I've found those books you wanted.
Both of them? Wow, that's very resourceful. Thank you.
Yeah, I picked them up at the Crimson Caravan. Didn't think they'd be of any use, really, but here we are. Alright, I brought you these doctor's bags. I hope they help.
Thank you. This will keep us well stocked for a good long while. I think that should just about cover us. I really don't know how to thank you. Your bringing me these supplies saved a lot of people.
Well, don't sweat it. I was glad to help.
Well, still, thanks again.
Yep.
Leo won't be happy to know your job.
How did you find this place?
Are you the one who's been raiding the refugee camp at Bear Springs?
Refugee camp? Is that what they're calling it? Good old NCR. They can whitewash anything. Let me tell you something. That refugee camp, it's built on the blood and tears of my people. Nobody likes to talk about it, but I remember.
Tell me what happened to your people.
We were the flails of God, the scourge of the Mojave, the best warriors and raiders in the wasteland, until the NCR tracked us back to Bitter Springs. The main force hit the canyon by surprise. While our warriors tried to hold them off, we sent our women, our children, our old through the Red Pass. NCR's 1st Recon Battalion was waiting for them on Coyote Tail Ridge. No con left alive. That was the order, my family.
So you've been hiding in these mountains ever since. Why?
For revenge. The NCR committed an atrocity here. An atrocity that they tried to bury and forget. I'm going to remind them.
People at this camp aren't responsible for your family's death. They're refugees.
I know that, but what else can I do?
The Khans settled in Red Rock Canyon years ago. It's time to let go of your hate and join them.
Maybe. Maybe you're right. Maybe 3 years is vengeance enough. Thank you for helping me see that. Here, this will unlock the supply caches we left in caves around these mountains. You might get some use out of them.
Alright, thank you.
You're back. Any progress on saving our skins?
Oh yeah, well, first of all, I dealt with the attacks on the camp. They won't be a problem anymore.
You did? Who was it? Any information you could give me would be a big help for my reports.
It was a great Khan named Oscar Velasco. His family was killed by the NCR, and he wanted revenge.
I should have expected as much. There's still a lot of bad blood between the Khans and the NCR ever since the incident here.
You mean the massacre 3 years ago?
The incident, yes. It was a tragic mistake, but the NCR has done everything it can to make amends since then.
Right. Well, you know, it's taken care of now. I convinced him to leave Bear Springs alone.
I don't know how you did it, but thank you.
Yep. These supplies are irradiated, but if we filter them with Rad-X, they'll be safe.
We do have some spare Rad-X in the supply tent. That might work. Thank you.
Alright, and I found these, unradiated supply caches in some caves up the mountain. Maybe they'll help.
Where did you get this? You know what? It doesn't even matter. Thank you. This will be a tremendous help.
I told you, in the caves in the mountains. Alright. So, are things going better at the camp now?
Thanks to your help, I think Bitter Springs has a real shot at surviving. I can't offer much of a reward, but know that the NCR is very grateful.
Alright, I don't need any reward. Just keep these people fed and healthy.
That's very generous of you. I appreciate it.
Alright.
This post isn't someplace a civilian ought to be.
Hello, is there anything going on around here?
Just the usual. Legion scouts try to slip across the river a couple of times a week, but they always end up floating downriver with holes in their heads.
Alright, Sergeant Ray has a Camp Forlorn Hope sent me with a security update for your radio.
All right. She radioed ahead and mentioned that somebody was coming by. Odd that she'd send a civilian instead of a trooper, though.
Yep. See ya.
Don't get killed out there.
Yep.
If you're here to sell something, we don't want any.
No, I'm not here for that. Sergeant Reyes sent me here. I've got a security update for your radio.
No problem. Hey, do me a favor when you get back to Reyes and tell her that we don't need any more damn ammo. Wouldn't mind more water, though.
Alright. Why don't you use your radio to fix your supply situation?
You think I haven't tried? Every time I do, Camp Golf acknowledges the situation. And soon after that, more ammo.
Huh. How are your water supplies right now?
We're not gonna die of thirst anytime soon, but I'd rather have too much than not enough.
Alright. Alright, let's talk about something else.
Alright?
Goodbye.
Careful out there.
You're here for the money. I told the Emeritus I was good for it. I just need more time.
What happened between you and the Emeritus?
I talked to the cashier at Gamora into forwarding me some chips. I was convinced I was due for a hot streak. It didn't go so well. The Emeritus were nice and said they'd give me some time to pay them back. They also said if they had to talk to me about my debt again, they wouldn't be nice the next time.
Uh-huh. I thought NCR agents were supposed to be tough and fearless.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, if you don't tell me, someone else will. I'd rather hear your version.
We were on patrol near the dam when a Legion raiding party jumped us. Didn't even have time to radio it in. I was hit in the head with a machete and knocked out. Didn't kill me, though some nights I wish it had. When I woke up, my nerve was gone. The rest of my squad was crucified, butchered, mutilated. I don't know how they missed me. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they knew they'd broken me. I gambled and drank a lot after that. Got into trouble. But the Rangers gave me a second chance instead of kicking me out. So here I am.
Huh. Well, you know, you could put it in a way that you were too tough to kill. And you will get paid back on the Legion someday.
Maybe. But thanks for saying it anyway.
Alright, well, I brought updated radio security codes from Camp Forlorn Hope.
Oh, well, yeah. I can do that. Thanks.
Okay. Goodbye.
Watch out for great cons.
Gotta wonder what the hell a civilian is doing here.
Hello, I have updated radio security codes from Sergeant Reyes here.
What, again? Didn't I just change those damn things? Alright, fine. Show me the new codes.
There you go. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not supposed to let civilians just walk around this place. There better be a good reason for you being here.
I have brought radio security code updates from Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope.
Very well. You can tell Reyes that this station is secure.
Alright, I will.
Ma'am.
Welcome back.
Every station except Charlie has been given the new security codes. Charlie was wiped out.
The station's been silent for quite some time now. I guess this confirms what we've all feared. Thanks for letting me know. I'll switch over all radio broadcasts to the new encrypted channels. This ought to help us stay a step ahead of any spies. Before you go, I've got another job available.
Yeah? What else did you need me to do?
We've received some disturbing reports from some of the ranger stations. Heavy casualties at Alpha, super mutant legionaries at Delta. The weirdest one has to be the Great Khans and their trained death claws at Foxtrot. These reports can't be accurate, can they? I know you've already been out there, but could you do me a solid and confirm these reports with the rangers who sent them in?
Alright. Well, have you heard anything unusual about any of the other ranger stations?
Nothing is severe. Charlie seems to be getting a lot of extra medical supplies for some reason, while Bravo hasn't requested a resupply in a while. Echo has been reporting heavy Legion activity down on their end, but that's about it.
Alright, I'll investigate and let you know what I find out about those odd reports.
Thank you, and good luck.
Yep, say it.
Bye. This is a military outpost. Why are you here?
Sergeant Reyes sent me. She's curious about the high casualties at this station.
High casualties? We've had one broken ankle, but nobody at this post has died.
Well, Reyes' information says otherwise.
Any injury, illness, or death gets radioed to Ranger HQ at Camp Golf. Chief Hanlon and his aides compile the reports and assign reinforcements as needed. And they're not needed here.
So how could Reyes have been wrong?
There are other ranger posts around. Reyes might have mixed up the report.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Reyes got the numbers wrong. Not much more to it than that.
Alright, I understand. Goodbye.
So long.
No sudden moves and you and I will do all right. What do you want?
You filed a report which said Legion super mutants wiped out an NCR patrol?
No, I didn't. You might hear that kind of nonsense from a drunk trooper on the strip, but not from me. The Legion doesn't have super mutants. That patrol was wiped out by its own incompetence. A couple of the troopers were fooling around with a grenade when it went off.
I see. Alright, well thank you for this information. Goodbye.
See you around.
No run-ins with the Great Khans, I hope. They've been more restless than usual.
Link told me her story.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. There was a lot of talk about expelling her from the Rangers, especially once the gambling and drinking started. Being posted here is her second and last chance, and so far, I'm not impressed. Link's jumpy all the time, and the others are sick of it.
I see. Well, anyway, I need to confirm your report about great cons with trained deathclaws.
You must be mistaken. I haven't filed any report like that. Trained deathclaws? I would have remembered that. If someone is saying I filed that report, that's a load of crap. I won't have my name attached to a clerical error.
Alright then. Goodbye.
Be careful out there.
Welcome back.
The Rangers' versions of the reports they sent to Camp Golf don't match what you received.
I knew it. Every one of the false reports was signed off by Chief Hanlon at Camp Golf. But why would the Chief manipulate the reports? I need you to take everything we found to Chief Hanlon and confront him with it. I don't want to make this public unless we have to.
Alright then. Goodbye.
Bye.
You've come back to see the chief. Nice of you to humor the radio tender. What can I do for you?
I'm investigating some intel problems for Technical Sergeant Reyes.
Interesting that she would wrangle someone else into sorting out the problem. But I suppose you're in the right place. A lot of intel comes through here.
Yeah. So tell me, Chief, how do you coordinate the intel?
It's a simple system when it works. Patrol rangers radio intel to ranger stations. Comm rangers send the intel up the station chain until it reaches Camp Golf. Then I or one of the other rangers on duty organize the data, evaluate it, and send information to camps or troopers in the field.
I see. So why don't the ranger stations send the intel directly to the troopers?
Comm rangers might have an incomplete picture of the situation. There's a lot going on out there. Intel needs to be coordinated through Golf so we can verify and advise appropriately. Troopers have enough to deal with. We don't want them questioning their intel.
Alright. Do you know anything about the problems?
I don't know Technical Sergeant Reyes, but coordinating intel can be messy sometimes. Things get mixed up, people get confused. Heck, I get confused, and I've been doing this for a long time now. What he or she sees as a problem might be standard operating procedure. That's not to say Reyes is wrong for being concerned, but it's easy for the sand to get in your eyes out here.
Alright, well, that brings me to my point for me being here. You see, Chief, I know you're the one who's been manipulating intelligence data.
Hold on. If we're gonna have this conversation, let's go somewhere more private. Don't worry, not much bite left in this old dog.
Alright then. After you, Chief.
Sorting and manipulating intelligence is what I do. It's what Rangers are supposed to do. This job isn't all gunfighting and gulping shots of whiskey, no matter what the boys and ladies out there say.
But you're inventing your own intelligence reports. I've seen the logs and talked to the Rangers.
Have you? Misdirection. When you're pinned down, outnumbered, and 2 days from any help, it's just about the best friend you can have. Misdirection's what saved me all these years. It's what saved us at Hoover Dam. But it's been 5 years now, and Caesar's right across that lake. He's closer now than he ever was before. I was a young man once. I know what it's like to want to fight for your home. But this isn't it.
Well, aren't you fighting for the people of New Vegas?
We're fighting on their behalf, but Mr. House and the families are stringing us up inch by inch. They'll drain us dry while we fight and die over this dam. We offered them sanctuary in NCR territory before, but they won't listen. Troopers and Rangers have been dying here for more than 5 years while the families sit pretty behind that damn wall.
So, I don't understand. How does spreading false intel help anything?
People back home don't listen. They don't care. Senators, Brahmin barons, folks who are just trying to make it from day to day. It's been so many years that people forget about it. Conscription brings in fresh troops that die here every month, like it's routine. And even if we hold this dam, what then? Are we going to send the NCR's men and women to die here for another 5 years?
10? Patrol the whole length of the Colorado for hundreds of miles? Holding this dam. It'll be the death of us.
But what does that accomplish?
Creating fear and instability among the troopers without causing harm. It's the only thing I could think of to shake things up. It took some people getting killed to realize I'd gone too far. I had to stop.
And why did you do it then?
It's never going to end. This fight with Caesar. People back home don't know what these young men and women are in for. The Legion is the worst enemy we've ever faced. But we can't stop Caesar here. Not without getting a lot of good people killed. More than anyone cares to count up. But even if we do stop him, I don't see how we're ever going to be able to pull out.
Alright, so what do you think I should do about this?
First thing that comes to mind is to turn me in. But that might not be the best play, all things considered. Even if your heart's in the right place, I reckon it might do a lot more harm than good.
What will you do if I don't turn you in?
Oliver can't stand that Rangers got credit for victory at Hoover. Whatever I recommend, he does the opposite. I said I wanted us on the ridge. He put them right on the western part of the dam itself. We don't have enough firepower to hold that spot. If the troopers fall back, and they will, the Rangers will advance to cover Oliver's retreat. We lose the dam. Oliver and the center are ruined.
What about you and the Rangers?
Rangers are volunteers. Every man and woman who signs up is willing to die for the NCR, myself included. A lot of this is my fault. It's only right that I stand with them.
Well, that's crazy.
Maybe 50 Rangers will die on that dam. We lose over 1,000 troopers every year. Being here is crazy. Getting out's the only sane thing to do.
But Caesar's dead. The Legion can't hold itself together for 5 years, much less 10.
It's a gamble either way. Even with Caesar gone, we still might not outlast the Legion. I suppose that's a risk I'll have to take. For our sake, I hope you're right. I guess that I should thank you for bringing me to my senses. So, thanks. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to walk out that door and pretend we never had this talk.
Alright. It's probably for the best.